Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. In this video is to bring you a closer look at the Tomlinson. This is their part number 1015470, Simpliflex Cup Dispenser. Okay, so this is a model that is going to be standard for either you can under counter mount it or you can wall mount it as well. These brackets that are included would permit such an installation. These wall brackets will slide off that we can see here. Black clamp ring is standard. They do have an optional stainless steel ring, but not for this model of series. And I'm just working the black clamp ring off. This has a gasket installed, so the way to pull that off is to simply just work it slowly around the perimeter so that you don't stretch the gasket whatsoever. So this will come off. Then we're going to have the plunger, or the pusher. I do believe it's called the pusher. And then we're going to have the pusher spring. Okay. And then you've just got the tube left, and that's all that it really is. And then again, these brackets will slide off. Oh, they will slide off. You're going to need to get a bigger tool. Okay, here we go. Pulling that down. It's going to work out really good for you. So, in counter or wall mount, that would be fine, whichever you're doing. A very low maintenance, obvious cup dispenser. Spring, your pusher, your gasket, or your gasket is what it's called. And when you put the clamp ring back down, you're just going to want to work it so that you don't pull the gasket overly tight in any one particular dimension, so that it just sits back the way it goes. Okay. Ships with 3 gaskets. And the 3 gaskets, and I don't remember which gaskets it comes with, but let's see if we can tell. Oh, we can tell you. It's, first of all, there's a link below this video to a document called Instructions, and that is what's included with the material. And they are listed here as part number 2 on the item. And part number 2 is going to tell you that you have a 5A, a 5B, and a 5E gasket. And what's on there is telling you the ID. And that's the diameter of the cup. These items are going to permit you to install these with this handy chart. So, you've got that 5A, well actually the 5B is the small one, the 5E is the really big one, and then it has the 5A installed in it. 5A, 5B, 5E. That's your lip diameter of your cups, cup lip diameter, and then a guide in terms of the ounce size as well. And so for the one that it comes installed, if you've got a cup diameter between 3.5 and 4 7/16, the unit that's in there is the right gasket to leave it in, to leave it with. It could be that you're never going to have a use for these other gaskets. It could be that you've got 3 cup dispensers installed, small, medium, and large, with decals, small, medium, and large. And you will get 3 of each. So you'll have a backup for sure of your gaskets, and they do wear out with time, or with use I should say. It's not unusual. We've got a pizza place in Miami that buys 100 gaskets at a time, and they do so about every 6 months. And I believe that's one location. The rest of the parts are detailed, and ultimately I have found that I'm able to purchase all of these individual parts, meaning I can buy the spring, part 4, I can buy the pusher, Obviously the black clamp ring. The gaskets obviously can be replaced. I know that I've bought a replacement wall bracket in the past from Tomlinson, and I've never bought the part 5, which is the tube itself. There's also a link below this video to a document called Catalog, and that's going to allow you to review in an overall sense the installation instructions, mostly is what they're telling you. So if you are installing your unit to the wall, that's where this is going to come into play to do a wall installation. Now, according to the manufacturer, the size of the hole that you need to install this is 5.5 inch. A little bit of a reality check we'll do on that. Yeah, that would be certainly adequate. This model, now, keep in mind, it's really going to be for an under counter mount or an on the wall mount. So the OD of the clamp ring is about 5 1/8. So 5.5 inch is going to work. You have to be able to position this so that your clamps are going to put you in the right position of where you're going to have this installed. And it's just because these are conically shaped, I suppose. The top of the unit to those brackets, to the, to the center of the first one, you can see that it's a bit unwieldy. I apologize. I'm sure someone will put a thumbs down. About 5.5 to the first bracket, and then about 12.5 to the bottom bracket. To the center, you're going to want to about 3.5 to the top of the assembly that's attached to the tube. You're obviously going to need to be able to provide enough room to be able to get this installed where you need it. That shouldn't be a difficult scenario because you're going to mount it through or onto the wall. You want to be sure that you've got adequate placement for this to all work appropriately. And really the most important thing is going to be the installation instructions that are listed here, because they go over its mounting aspect, and it's really those clamps that you're going to go use to get everything installed. Your gaskets are based on what you're dispensing. As said earlier, this comes with all of the possible gaskets really for range of what you could be installing. There is also below this video a link to the diagram that shows you the range of this material in terms of what the gaskets will work for. And outside of that, there's not much else to say. It's a very simple item. Obviously pizza places, ice cream shops, of course, all the time purchase this material, and of course on a routine, regular basis, the replacement gaskets. Not that they wear out, because they seem to be incredibly durable. It's just, I imagine you've got to have thousands of cycles, tens of thousands of cycles on these before they really start to fatigue. That would be my guess. Not being in that business, I don't know what would really be the primary cause of fatigue of a gasket. I can only think of volume is the bottom line. Finally, there's a link below this video to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up not only all of the Tomlinson products that we sell, but a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to the full product catalog. If you have any questions on the Tomlinson, this is their part number 101547 1015470 Simpliflex cup dispenser or any other Tomlinson product. Please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you.